5 years ago, Cedar Fair opened the Intimidator and Intimidator 305 roller coasters. For this to happen, they had to work with the Dale Earnhardt Company to create a license to use the Intimidator name, as that is the term that people call Dale Earnhardt. He was the Intimidator. The contract that was created was believed to have lasted for 6 years, which means that the end of the 2015 season will mean that the license will end. Now, Cedar Fair could renew their contract. However, rumors are swirling that they are not interested in doing that, and so they might rename the Intimidator and Intimidator 305 roller coasters. There are several clues currently going around which lead us to believe this. First of all, the Intimidator and Intimidator 305 merchandise are currently 40% off, which, if you don't know, theme parks rarely have sales for their merchandise. They're probably having this sale so they can get rid of all of this merchandise. Now, you might think big deal, but look back to when Cedar Fair was transitioning Nickelodeon Universe to become Planet Snoopy. At the end of the season, before it became Planet Snoopy, all of the Nickelodeon Universe merchandise went on sale for 40% off. This is happening again. History is repeating itself. And also, you have to think about this. Licenses are expensive, so every year Cedar Fair has this license, it's costing them money. Cedar Fair has renamed coasters before, but they haven't been these humongous roller coasters, so it hasn't been that big of a deal. But we're talking about B&M Hypercoaster and an Intimate Giga Coaster. These rides are humongous. So renaming it is kind of a big deal. But you have to remember that Cedar Fair is pretty good with coming up with creative names. Look at the ones they've come up with recently. Rougarou, Valravn. These are not bad names. And if you look at some of the names that Cedar Fair currently has trademarked that they haven't used, they have the trademarks Fury and Centurion currently trademarked. If that was the case, then they would probably choose to rename Intimidator 305 Fury and Intimidator Centurion. Or they might do what I'm suspecting, and that is trademark new names. But it all depends on if they want to keep the racing theme that they have. If that were the case, then they would want to choose names that go along with the fast cars and NASCAR type theme. But if they don't do that, then you could very well expect a repaint for these coasters. And with renaming these coasters, I think that you'll be seeing a different name for these two rides. Currently, Intimidator and Intimidator 305 are kind of always associated together because they share a name. But I think that they wouldn't be choosing a similar name with these two rides. So this would further separate the two coasters in their theming. I have an inside source from Cedar Fair who is believed to be a reliable source who says that the Intimidator and Intimidator 305 licenses will not be continued at the end of 2015. Assuming this comes true, then you can expect new names, possibly new theming. I mean, it's very possible that they might just go with a generic name and then not theme it at all. I like to think that they would throw in some theming. But I think that we'll have to wait and see. I like the trend that Cedar Fair is going with, and that is coming up with weird, rememberable names and having some cool theming to go along with it. And while I'm not crazy about the idea of them re-theming these two coasters, but if they have to do that, then hopefully they'll choose some good names, have some new theming, and if they decide to repaint it, then cool. I mean, it's something new. So I think we'll have to wait and see. I'd expect an announcement probably later in the season. It might come with the 2016 announcement, or they might announce it later in the year, possibly towards December or even January or February.